Starting now. Oh, it's fading in.
Oh, fancy, everybody.
Oh, wow.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I am Ted, making him Damon. We're here at Audio Hive Podcasting Studio with Brian.
What's up?
This might be our last time.
It faded into deafness.
This might be our last time in this studio.
Yeah, it might be, huh? Yeah.
I won't miss it at all.
You guys aren't recording next Saturday?
Okay, don't point out the obvious. Okay, don't. Now you're gonna make us a liar.
Well, first off, no, because I'll be in Virginia. But
oh,
you you guys can record.
I'm going to open that up on the time
I didn't know
sheet
that,
there.
so no, we will not be recording next
Primo
Saturday.
I feel like everyone did know that. I want to go back to February.
Yeah.
When I was like, hey guys, you guys have a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of stuff going on. Let's plan out a calendar. And it was immediately like, I don't care. We'll figure it out. And I'm like, okay.
No,
And
no,
now
it's
every
fine.
week
I'm
it's
just
like,
gonna
wait, we don't have one ready? What's going on?
delete you off my calendar real quick.
First off,
1, 2 first.
we're not used to you being the reason we're not recording. And now you're going to have
Yeah.
like over a 3-week period. You're going to have 2 of those weeks.
I know.
Are because of you.
Trying to tell you guys up ahead. Oh, I don't care. Whatever. And now we get in here and you're like, wait, you're not recording?
Right?
Trying to tell you.
The rest of us are recording. We're just not telling you.
Last time I get prepared. I'm just going to tell you like the day of. Oh, yeah, I can't be there. You guys didn't seem to care out front.
So I got to tell you, this week I have a driver in the house now that is on a permit. So
good for Nicole.
Yeah.
She finally did it.
Yeah.
Looks like we made it.
On an unrelated note, I have to fix the front of my house around my garage. So, but no. So Chuck is driving, okay, and he finds that funny.
I just got the last thing you said.
It's like a joke grenade. I throw it. I just wait for it to go off. It'll go off sometime.
3, 2, 1,
Yeah. Boom.
and it was a dud.
Yeah. And then it's like, ooh, wait a minute. He trips and falls on it. But we're putting it in till we touch your brain. Correct. So, but the other day we're in the car. And so what I've been doing is like when I was driving prior to him getting his permit is as I'm doing certain things, I'm
just letting it play out.
it's an old grenade.
I'm taking a little break.
It's a landmine.
You two have your fun. I'm going to back up. Take
It's
a
a
little break.
landmine. He just moved his chair. Boom.
I am taking a breather.
He's like, I'm listening to a much funnier podcast in my headphones right now.
It's funnier than me.
Yeah. So it's about serial killers. But anyway.
Yeah, let me show you some photos. I just happen to have on my computer.
Right. I give you Exhibit A, aka screensaver.
Yeah. Mac, we give you a whole week. You better not have new photos.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any photos.
Yeah. But so I laugh because I've been like in teaching mode, right? So as I'm doing coaching mode.
That is
I've
the
never
first
been
time
a
you've ever
teacher.
used air quotes correctly.
Yeah. But
I have been in teaching mode.
Yeah. But I've actually it's more like coaching mode. You know, it's my coach side coming out. So what's funny is it's almost like when you run a drill for kids, you're like faster, faster, slower, whatever, turn. And that's what I find myself doing now that I'm driving with him. But prior to, I'm driving and I'm like, okay, so when you come around this curve, like our subdivision, how it's kind of weird out the back, it swerves every which way. And even though the speed limit says it's like 25 or 30, if you're a new driver and you try doing it 30 miles an hour, good luck. Because there's curbs on both sides of you and you just cost your dad some money. You know what I mean? So let's not do that.
Yeah, Truman would take the curve in our neighborhood like Monte Carlo. And I can't say NASCAR because it's a right turn.
Right. It's not banked.
Yeah.
It's not a banked curve. Yeah. You're not going to pick up any kind of traction.
Yeah. When you're in a neighborhood and you make the tires bounce and do the you're like, way too fast, bro.
Yeah.
Way too fast.
Hey, I applaud you for cutting the wheel so sharply.
I know we come down a hill to get here.
Yeah.
But it's not icy.
Yeah.
You sped up for this turn. Right. I don't know what you're doing.
So I'm just pointing stuff out. Well, anyway, I almost hit like this flock of birds that are on the road. They must be eating something, fell out a window, whatever, thrown out a window, and they're eating. They like fail to move until like the absolute last second. Now, again, I understand birds. I don't get up from the table to the absolute last second.
But I have thumped a bird that I thought was going to move.
So I literally hear from the backseat my daughter. She goes, "Dad, you're going to hit that bird." And my response, and I wrote this down afterwards, that's the bird's problem. And that's exactly what I said. If you have the ability to fly, okay, then your only natural predator should be also have the ability to fly. So if you get hit by a plane or a helicopter, sorry about your bad luck. Okay.
This was part of my act for a while about the geese that would walk across the road.
I just encountered one of those last night, and I was
Geese
just
that
thinking, man, if
walk
that were Damon
across the road.
this goose would be dead.
So my thing is, my van's about 6 foot tall. Anything over 6 feet. Okay. Now, if I hit you with the rack, you're too low. You need to pay attention.
Pull up. Pull up.
Right. But anything 6 feet and down, that's my area. Okay. If I accidentally say I run into a tree and I knock the tree over and the nest falls out and the babies die, my bad. I killed those birds. Okay. Anything 6 foot down though. Now, if I watch Dukes of Hazzard DVD and I decide I'm going to jump and I end up in that tree, again, my bad.
Your fault. Right?
My bad. Okay. I'm not supposed to be up there. You're not supposed to be down here.
Right.
It's real simple math, you know? And so I'm explaining it to them and they're asking me like I need my head examined. Like I'm a serial killer. And I'm like, it's a bird. It's not a penguin that doesn't fly, you know? It's, yeah, you know, it's not one of those. So I just found it odd. And I'm like, because my other thing I tell them, because you know it's your instinct when you're driving, no matter how fast you're going. If an animal runs out in front of you and you're younger, your instinct is to jerk the wheel. And you don't want to do that. Most adults know, I hate to say it, if it comes down to a squirrel or me going off the road at 45 miles an hour, it was nice knowing you, okay, for those 3 seconds.
Right.
But that's just how it goes. So I'm kind of, giving a lesson here. My daughter's mortified. Like, you would just kill that bird. Yeah, I would kill all those birds, okay? I would not feel bad about it until I had to, like, remove them from the grill of my car,
Right.
Then I would feel bad. Same thing. I hate to say it. If you hit something swooping across the road, that's where you get the thunk. You're going down that's a misjudgment on their part, not on mine. I never looked over there to go, there's a bird coming.
Yeah.
It's not an on-ramp.
Yeah, like you're like racing it. If I time this just right. My takeaway is I just picture you like she said that and you pulled over and like turned on your hazards and you're like, just typing. I have to write the story about this bird. So I remember it for the podcast.
This was like at the school drop them off. I'm like, hold on. And I'm just typing it in.
Hold on. Almost at a bird, typing it out.
Right. But again, I think we can all agree, and it's the same. Their only natural predator then should be like a hawk, an eagle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something bigger than them that's going to come get pterodactyl. Okay, whatever. It should be that. It should not be anything on the ground that could merely walk up to them when they can move higher. Okay, so a coyote can jump 3 feet in the air. I would fly 4 feet.
Right. Well,
Okay.
I picture
I would fly 4 feet.
when your daughter learns to drive and starts driving, I can picture 17 car backup caused by someone stopping for a bird.
Yeah, she's watching the bird. Oh, they're eating now. So, yeah. So, and the other thing that's funny then about driving my kid is, so first we started off, we did 2 like half hour, 45-minute, maybe even an hour one time in the high school parking lot.
Yeah,
so
we've done the parking.
Yeah.
lot.
So you're driving around. There's lots of curbs and medians and stuff like that. So you're going around stuff. Now, okay. Now you made this loop left going many times. Now let's go right.
We actually bought cones.
Did you really?
And I put cones in parking.
They were cones.
They were cones. I put cones like in parking spot, like right on the lines, because that's not realistic. Like maybe a foot or two off the line. So it's like looks like something
where the vehicle would be.
Would be.
Yeah.
And it'd literally be like, okay, now go around and pull in from this way. Now pull in from that way. Now back out that way. It got so repetitive. Like, all right, back out that way.
Yeah.
Back out that way. Try it again. Try to be straight this time.
Yeah.
It would literally be like, you have the entire parking lot. How did you park crooked?
Yeah. Why are you sideways between the cones?
Yeah.
How is the car upside down?
How is there a cone under the car?
Yeah. They could have been guests at our weddings. They were cones.
They were cones.
So fast forward now to my kid he's a football player. He's an athlete and cool. I'm very proud of him for that. But he gets in that mode with everything. Like if he's going to go let the dog out, he's like, okay, Minnie, let's go. And he's like psyching himself up and the dog up to go to the front door and go outside and go to the bathroom. So I get the speech every time we go to get in the car. He's like, the goat, getting ready to drive, the goat. And he's like, you should be prepared. I'm like, NASCAR ready. And he's like, give me this speech. I'm like, this must be what it's like to hang out with me. Okay.
Exhausting.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow. So even last night we had a thing at the church and it was cool. It was like a little banquet for the people that volunteer. And they were like, hey, we appreciate you. Come on in. And they did like a dessert thing with like some lemonades and
This
different,
is like
different drinks.
When the company makes $18 billion.
Yeah. It's like,
Here's some donuts.
yeah, it was my dividend of pizza party. But anyway, it was very nice. And so we're going over there. Well, he wants to drive. And we haven't been on Route 6 and Ridge Road, which those people that live around me, those are 45, 55 miles an hour, and it's a 2-lane road. Okay. So you have to have a good control. What we're working on is getting speed. Okay. I feel like he drives like my grandma. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, he could drive with Truman, teach him.
Okay.
Because Truman literally drives like,
oh,
yeah.
Like NASCAR, like he's qualifying.
Like I told you, took that core.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a fluke.
Yeah.
That's just that I am at speed.
That's an average speed.
Right.
Gotcha. So anyway, so my big thing is like we turn, before I put my wife and Miss in the car, I said, all right, come on, we're driving around the neighborhood. And my neighborhood's like a slalom course because cars park on both sides.
Yeah.
So he's learning that and figuring that out. And he's standing his side, then getting over and doing. He did real good. We went through this subdivision like 4 times each way because he gets good. I'm like, cool. Now go in that cul-de-sac, turn around and go the other way.
Now go the other way.
Yeah, now go the other way.
I'll go back the way you came.
So then we get up to the stop sign and I go, hang a left. And he goes, hang a left. I had him go up by the gas station, the one that always wants to know where I live.
Yeah.
So I had him go up by the gas station and I had him go out to Ridge Road. So we went the back way behind the gas station, straight down to Ridge Road. So he's about a block off of busy intersection where there's a stoplight.
Right.
Okay. And there's other people coming out of like a Dunkin' Donuts across
Been there.
and they want to turn left. Well, we're turning right because I'm not going to have him turn left on a busy road
Not
first
gonna have
time.
him hanging busy Lou.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to turn right. So fast forward, here's an old guy in a pickup truck. And he's
Uncle Jesse?
it's his turn to go. And like, there's no cars coming his way. He's waving us to go. Now he's looking at the driver. I'm in the passenger seat, frantically waving, going, go. I'm yelling, go. And he finally goes. And Chuck's, I says, first off, he's going to pull out real fast right behind you. So he doesn't get hit by anybody else. You're not going to pull out fast. So he's going to go. I said, now when the next guy gets up there, it's your turn. It doesn't matter. And he's like, okay. And he still had time. He goes, I think I can make it. I said, go. I said, stay in your lane. You did a good job. Well, that speed is like 40, 45. So we're like, I don't know, half mile down the road. And we're doing like 27. Okay. And I'm like, now there's cars behind us for a long way.
You get this.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, this guy walking here has a question for you.
Yeah. The jogger is pacing us. Okay. So he finally gets, I'm like, give it gas. And he does just real light. Give it more. Give it more. Give it more. Give it more. I mean, it's not like a broken record. So finally he gets comfortable. So we make the loop like we would go to church.
Yeah. And could you at least get the left number the same number as the one on the sign?
Right. Yeah.
Just the left one.
So I'm not asking you to beat the high score on the sign.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to tie it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you get in within the top 3 of the high scores here?
Just
Let's
tie
go.
it. So we make the loop and we come back. And so I feel confident that he'll put us in the car and go. Well, fast forward, we get there at 7. We came out about 9:15. It's dark. Well, he's like, the goat, I'm driving home on. He's doing this whole thing. And I'm like, maybe not, Chief. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
He has not driven at night yet. And now I'm putting him in a circumstance that he's done one time.
Right.
Successfully, very successfully and very good, but one time. And he's like, well, I got this. So he goes in to use the bathroom. And I'm telling Nicole, I'm like, okay, we may not be able to let him do this. And if so, you're gonna have to be the one to tell him he's not doing it. Cause I'm not going to kill him. You know what I mean? It's mom's going to take his high and knock him down. And so he comes back and he's like, you ready? And he goes, you got the keys? Cause that's one thing I wouldn't let him do is hold the keys. You're not key holding ready until I know you're key worthy or I have a second set on me. You know what I mean? Otherwise you're not key worthy. I said, yeah, let's go. So we get out in the parking lot. He's like, it's like light out here. I go, it's a parking lot. Yes, it's light out here.
Yeah. Those are the same people that get like 2 miles down the road and their lights are still off.
Yeah.
But when I got in the car, it was light.
I left the gas station. It was perfectly light. I don't
I
understand.
see everything. I don't know what's going on.
So he did a good job getting us home. But like I said, then he gets out of the car and he he's opening the door. He's like, Minnie, come outside and see the goat. Say, oh, I'm the best. And I'm going to start teaching drivers that, and he's just going on. And I'm like, this is what it's like to hang out with me. I was like,
I don't ordinarily hate children as a rule. The more he gets like you, the more that bar goes up.
Right. He is really not living his best life right now.
And I'm the exact opposite. Like, I'll go to places where I'm supposed to be excited. And they're like, you excited? No.
Right.
Like, especially when I do shows. Hey, you nervous? You excited? Nope.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be here? Again. Nope.
Yeah. Right. I got a pile of cash that tells me I do, but mentally, no, I don't. Yeah.
Do we know the date? We're so off in when is this podcast coming out? Do we know?
This podcast will be out
next Monday.
Yeah, it'll be out Monday, the 23rd.
Okay, so
Is it the 23rd?
Yeah.
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 so unless TJ, who was on the show, has been pulling the wool over my eyes, I will be on stage this Thursday then.
Oh, of the week this comes out.
Right.
Okay.
And TJ, I'm super excited. I don't want you to get excited to be here. Nope. But when I get there, it will not look like I'm excited because I just don't.
Right.
Like I don't like get like the goat. Like I don't.
No, but in your
I'm
head,
not my own hype man.
No, but in your
which
head,
maybe I should be. But
I think you're in the zone somewhat though too.
but I'm telling you, if people want to come out. It's Still Not Friday. It's in Aurora. It's right downtown. It's across from the casino and the Paramount Theater. It's at the
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Yeah, Two Brothers Roundhouse. It's a free show.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy anything.
You don't have to buy a drink.
You don't have to do anything.
We got water
Yeah.
when we went. Now we ended up eating a sandwich, but we got
you
water.
can get gallons of water.
You can get
we've
great
proven
food
that.
though too.
Yeah, good food.
It is good food.
There is a full bar. You can do all that stuff, and please support the place. But I'm saying there's no cover charge. There's nothing.
Yeah.
If you want to come out, I will say that it is not a family friendly show. I don't know who else because TJ's been coy about it. I think just to play with me. I don't know who else is on that show.
Right.
So I don't know their material and everything. So be aware of that. But yeah, if you want to come out and support, please do. If you come out and support, it'd be great to see you in your That Checks Out shirt. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And if you don't have one, we have a few left for
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah.
So before we go to round 2 and may change the design a little bit, we'll see. Round 2, round 3, whatever we're on. But yeah, we're about ready to sell out. So hey, that would help greatly if you would go support him.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
Little trim on that mustache
32,
on.
33, whatever it takes. Yeah, come out and support.
So that would be really cool. And that's neat that it actually coincides. Like we're not going, hey, we're recording. Then we're like, oh, we should have said something.
Yeah,
about
should have
Ted.
said something.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason Ted never promotes anything is because sometimes we record a couple weeks in advance and we're not sure when it's going to hit.
Or we'll record and then someone will ask me to perform.
Yeah.
3 days before the show. Like, well, I could have promoted it if you would have asked me in a timely fashion.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Would have been nice to know yesterday. Yeah. So like I said, I that's what really happened to me this week. You have anything weird happen this week? I know we caught up last week about New York travels and stuff. Anything weird this week?
Well, this week I was back at work, which sucked.
Yeah.
It was totally like, you know what? I kind of miss New York. I don't miss paying for all this stuff because it's expensive.
Yeah.
We ate out a lot. And it was funny is in New York, there's places where it's still cash only.
Really?
A lot of places went to
where they won't even take cash.
Use COVID as the excuse to go cashless, which I think is morally and I don't want to get into it. I think it's morally and ethically wrong to say that you can never take cash.
Right.
Like, it is the payment. It says right on it. Legal for all debts, like legal,
Right.
whatever. You should take cash.
Right.
That said, going to places where they only took cash was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And it was great because every time we go to these places, I always get the entire table. Do you have cash? Yes, I'm an adult.
Right.
I have cash. Not because I expect to use cash, but I have cash on me just in case we get in this situation. Because I
Right.
remember when we were younger, we were young kids early in our lives where we went to a place and we got sat down and the menu said cash only. And we didn't have, we had just enough. Like we're literally, let me run out the car, see if I have any quarters. It was that kind of thing.
Right.
And then the next time I prepared, and it got to the point where I paid for some people because you could see it was like a young couple, not in New York because I don't have that kind of money.
Right.
But it was locally, there was a young couple with a kid, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, if you stay with the kid, I'll run to an ATM." And it's a Sunday, so there's no banks open. And I was like, "Look, pay it forward, man.
Yeah.
Here's $40, cover your breakfast, and just know
Right.
for the future that this place is cash only." But we sit down in New York, which 3 people ordering a meal and an appetizer, which we did in drinks. That's $120 sitting down, and I was like, "You
Right.
got cash? I do.
Yeah.
But not for the rest of the trip."
Right. Yeah.
But
For today,
yeah.
for this meal, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I
And
do have
then-
cash.
And then I get cash from an ATM. Now, all the ATMs in Manhattan, well, in Uptown, Midtown, where we were, they're like in buildings and there's a security guard there at night and you have to like scan your ATM card.
Yeah.
To get in.
To get in, yeah, like the door's locked.
Right.
Right.
But where we were in Chinatown, it was just like right on the street. And I was like,
Yeah, I wouldn't feel that.
well, I
confident.
did, but I was, they kept wandering up. Could you like stay right here? So
Yeah.
like someone could tell me if
huddle
someone's
around
coming
me.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could just
Yeah.
let me know if someone's coming.
Yeah. You could maybe huddle and just kind of, be the
Yeah.
lookout. Caw-caw.
And it's not like,
Caw-caw, you
it's
know?
not like
coming.
like I don't feel safe for him, but I'm in a strange place. I don't know anything about this area.
Right. Right.
I'm getting out
You're taking out enough money to eat another
Yeah.
New York.
Right. I'm taking out enough cash where I don't want to lose it. Like if it's a 20, it'd be like, well, all right, man, here's your
Right,
20.
right.
But
See, I won't get murdered for a 20.
Yeah.
So the amount of money I'm taking out is almost, I'm going to stand up for it.
Yeah. It was just so weird to be in a place that cost that much that was cash only.
Well, a lot of times I hate to say it, and maybe it's even though you're in that place and it's expensive, it might be a small family run because they give out 3 to 5% on every time you swipe.
I go to a lot of places now where they will charge you less if you pay cash. Like,
Yeah.
prices reflect payment. If you pay with cash, it's like a 4% reduction or whatever. But
Yeah, because to charge somebody more, that's like, oh, that's unethical. Cool, then we'll
Right.
charge you less.
Right.
Hey, so one other thing this week, I was researching online to do. I was looking for a couple things possibly for business related, right? And so in doing so, I found this site where I can sign up and look at different things they have listed that they have gathered from around, not Get Jerry, it's not insurance, you know what I mean? But it's something similar to where it has everything that I'm looking for in one spot. So I'm researching, and this seems to be the hot spot to go. Cool. So then I go to that spot and it says it's free. I'm like, cool. So I get all the way down to the bottom and it says our accountants have requested that we ask for a $29.95 registration fee. One-time registration fee. That's what it is, right? Well, and I'm like, okay. So I'm reading all their disclaimer. And so I'm like, okay, am I signing up for something that it's a monthly fee? Because I won't do that. You know me. I'm first off, I'm frugal. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So nothing.
I believe the word is fat.
Yeah. And delicious. So anyway, I pay the $29.95, right? And I go on the site. Now, I don't see anything else about any kind of charges, nothing else. My phone rings. It's someone from the company that I just signed up for. Now,
That's odd.
right. Now, here's what's weird. Even odder than that is the fact of you only charge a registration fee, yet you have a call center. Something tells me this ain't free. That's the first thing in my mind. You know what I mean? So I'm like, The guy gets on the phone. I kid you not. This is what he says. He goes, hello, is this Damon? This is what he says, right? I swear to God.
I mean, that's how I reach out to you.
Yeah. And
you picked up the phone, huh?
And so I'm like, yeah, this is Damon. He goes, all right. So I'm calling on behalf of, and he's like, and then just want to tell you that we appreciate you registering and being a part of our group and everything else. And I mean, this guy sounds like literally someone just murdered his dog, and he's sitting there.
Wait, is he from Bellevue?
Right. Yeah. It was a cat. We know about that cat. But anyway, I said to him, I said, okay. I said, well, now you're calling from a call center. I said, you guys have a whole, yeah. Cause I'm like, am I talking to the owner?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's, and he's just, okay. I thought I'd be a millionaire by now.
Is this Bob of Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, right. This Bobopedic mattress that I'm looking at. Are you Bob? So anyway, he literally, he says, we have a whole call center. And I says, okay. I says, then how is this site free? And he goes, well, nothing's free. And I go, well, this site, I paid a registration fee. And he goes, yeah, if you want to keep going every month, it's $34.95. We just automatically charge your card.
And I'm done.
And I go, okay. I says, well, what I want you to do is just return my registration fee and we'll just call it done. It's no deal. And he and you know what he tells me in like a total just mad voice? He goes, well, sir, nothing's free. What do you expect? And I'm like,
I expect you to cancel my registration fee.
So I said, well, and so I say something else. And again, I'm like being nice because I want a refund. So I'm not going full Damon. I'm just being like, I'm being chill. I'm like, here's the deal. Had I known that, I would have never signed up. So how about if we do this? I haven't even really been I've been on the site 15 seconds. You call my phone. I'm going to log out right now. Let's cancel the registration, cancel everything. I don't want to pay the $29.95. Well, that's not my job. I don't do that stuff. That's what he tells me. And I go, well, I got an idea then. How about if you get me a manager or anybody that's not you on the phone? This is what I said. Real nice, but I said it like that. Or anybody that's not you on the phone. And I'll talk to them about it. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'll get your manager. That sounds great. You have a nice day. He didn't say nothing back. He transferred me. Now it rings like 74 times. So you're like, okay, he put me to a deadline.
Yeah.
It's going to hang up. And it's a no callback number because he called me. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right.
Finally, some lady picks up. She gets on the phone. So pleasant. So nice. And I'm like, wow. And she goes, what? I go, you are a complete 180 from the guy I just talked to. And I told her, and I said, so here's the deal. I don't want anybody fired. I don't want to be, I says, But if that's your representative, you may want to work on coaching and training for his phone presence. And she's laughing. And I'm like, I'm really being serious. And she goes, really? And I said, he was horrendous.
He was terrible.
Yeah. I said, I have been in the industry where you deal with people on the phone and do stuff. I said, I would never talk to anybody like that, let alone when I initiated the phone call. Okay. Right. And so anyway, she goes,
hey, sorry you're wasting my time.
Right. So I guess I got to call you. And
so I told I had to call you
right,
to let you know nothing is free.
So thanks for answering, but
really hoping it'd go to
voicemail. I could have got voicemail and put it down as
you're
contacted.
You're not one of those guys that screens.
Right.
Great.
So anyway, I tell her, I go, so the reason he transferred me is because of this, and I explain it. And she goes, well, yeah, it's $34.95 a month. I said, okay, but on your homepage, it claims this is free and that you want a registration fee. I'm assuming
which was still already not free.
Which I told her, I said, which doesn't fit the free category, but I saw nothing else about a subscription. Nothing.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, that's on the, once you're in the thing, I understand that, but now you've got me in. So now you've got my money and I'm guessing on auto pay until I cancel
They're hoping
it.
People don't notice that.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So anyway, she's like, oh, okay. So now she gets a little, like short with me. But she's like, and what's your name? I'm thinking, okay, first off, you have to see the stuff as it comes in. I got to be the last guy that signed up for this. But I'm like,
well, also, they called you.
Right. Yeah.
So it's your name?
Yeah. What's your name? I don't know. Who'd you call?
Yeah. Who'd you call?
Yeah.
Whose credit card do you have?
Yeah. So she goes, okay, well, you'll see those charges have been reversed all out. Can I help you with anything else today? Like, just shut me right down. I go, no. I said, thank you for being pleasant and have a nice day. And I hung up the phone. But I'm just like, I've never been greeted on a call. And even with people that tell me my car insurance is about to expire, my car warranty is about to expire, they never went, you know what I mean? That's
maybe that guy
that's what I expect to get when I call Matt.
I was like, maybe that guy knew you.
Maybe he just left his appointment with me at the new studio after I told him no to his carpet quote.
Oh, you think it was that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Because he got real mad.
Oh, really?
Real mad.
Yeah.
Like in front of you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like there was no,
yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of came and gave me the quote, and I have no frame of reference for how much carpet costs. So I just looked at it and I'm like, okay, well, okay. Do I have time for a story?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So when I decided I needed to get carpet, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill out all these forms. I just typed in carpet near me, filled out everybody's form. Get a hold of me. I want a quote.
Oh, man, you got berated with stuff then.
Right.
Yeah.
So I filled out a couple big ones, Empire, Luna.
Yeah.
Luna guy's the first to call. Hey, you filled out one for Empire too. You know we're the same company, right?
How would you know that? Why
yeah,
would you just be
no? I'm like, no, I didn't know that.
Maybe the number would say Luna's out of business. Call Empire.
Yeah. So that's what he started with. But anyway, so he shows up, he comes in, and when he actually gets there, he brings it up again. He's, a lot of people know that we're the same company. I guess some people don't. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not about that carpet life. Sorry. I didn't know that. So he does the measurements, gets out the tablet, and the first thing he shows me, it's like $2,900. This is for 320 square feet of carpet in two perfectly rectangular rooms.
You're like, I don't want the whole building, man.
Yeah.
I just want this room.
Yeah.
Again, I have no frame of reference. So, and he's like, this is retail. We're not going to charge. We're going to help you out, So he's like, and then it comes up $1,900. I'm like, okay, well, can you like put that in an email, like that PDF? And he goes, well, no. I said, okay, well, I have other people coming in, as you know.
Yeah.
I told him, like, from the start, I filled out a bunch of forms. Well, if I could do it for like $1,600 right now, would you do it? It's like, no. He's like,
the next time I do it for $9, you don't even know.
Yeah. I'm like, I told him that's exactly what I said. I'm like, I don't know what this stuff costs, man. I'm like, you're the first person to give me a number. And he's like, all right, fine. And he just picked up his stuff and left.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was no like, well, we're in the ballpark of what you're going to get,
Right.
or we might be a little more, but we do really good work. He was just like, fine. He grabbed his carpet samples and like, I heard him like stomping down the stairs.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
773 202.
But for
202 FU.
Yeah, for $2,900, you're not like carpeting the parking lot.
Right. Well, then I put on the thing. I was like, hey, Mac, try calling Empire out to a place you can't even change it. And he's like, I can do it. I'm like, no, I was talking about a story about me.
Yeah, I remember that when you were renting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were renting and we were mystery shopping. We were mystery shopping Empire. Got them all the way out, and they were like, yeah, okay, well, we're just looking around. What do you mean you're not signing today? I came all the way out here. I'm like, yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
we're going to look around. We're the best. Is this the difference, Mac? He was like, we're the best you're going to find. You're not going to find anyone better. I don't know that. We're just shopping around, man. The same thing.
Yeah, the guy did not try to sell it at all.
Yeah.
That literally was like, well, fine. But did the same thing. Packed up all of his stuff and left. And I wanted to be like, we can't even change the carpet. It was all a ruse.
That guy storms out.
Oh, was this when you were doing the secret shopping?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
He
So
goes,
when you said that, I was like, oh, you know how to really make a Mad Mac?
Yeah.
Don't even have the ability to change the carpet.
Yeah. Here's the catch. You failed.
Here's the catch. This was a test, and to you.
Yeah, and you failed.
So there was a follow-up call the next day from
the
I'm
company?
guessing a sales manager or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, so what can we do? And I was like, nothing, because your guy was kind of an ass.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
let him have it. Told him
Yeah.
all exactly that.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I come from sales. Like, you have to like try. Like, he didn't do anything. He just
Yeah.
got mad and left.
This is funny you guys talk about it because you asked what happened in my week. Well, a lot of the places I went this week, there were a lot of people out due to illness or
Yeah.
call offs or vacations were scheduled. So 2 days in a row, I was at a place where it was just a manager and me, possibly a new hire at one. And so the second time this happened, now, and the first time happened, the district manager showed up to work a shift. That's how thin it was. Right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, good to see you. I hope we don't meet up again like this again. The next day, I go to some place, phone number rings. I guess everyone recognizes their number. I don't recognize it. I pick up. Thank you for calling. This is Ted. How may I help you? Not really like excited, not really, just flat out.
Right.
Oh, hey, Ted. I'm just calling to talk to figure out what we can do to fill up some of the gaps in the holes in the schedule today. I'm like, hey, yeah, I guess it's me. I'm the one causing this. Just joking around, right? But I'm like, he's really busy. That's why I'm answering the phone. First of all, that should be your first clue. Like,
Yeah.
I don't answer the phone. The fact that I'm answering the phone means that the person you're trying to talk to is really busy. Can you have him call me? Yeah, as soon as you get a minute. 20 minutes goes by. See, this time I recognize the number. Hey, thanks for calling. This is Ted. How may I help you? A little bit more, oh, is he still busy? Yeah, he's still busy. I can't do some of the stuff because I don't have I can.
You know how to do it.
I know how to do it.
You
I'm
don't
not
have-
allowed
Yeah,
to do
you're
it.
not authorized to
I'm
do
not
that
authorized
stuff.
to. Like,
Right.
once I move to this position, I can no longer do
Right.
that stuff for legal reasons.
Right.
So finally, the third time, I was like, thank you for calling. This is Ted. How may I help you?
And he's like, "You're laying on pretty thick, jerk."
Yeah. And it was, it was great. It was like, well, I wanted to talk some things out, but I also have to make a decision on my own. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. You're his boss.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
He might not like it, but you can make that decision.
Yeah.
So then they come. Now they closed the store early because they didn't have enough people, and they
Yeah.
waited for everything to happen, and they closed early. This is the first time in a long time I've worked and open to close because I was done with my work
Yeah.
about 3 hours in.
Oh, geez.
But I was like, I can't. So I ended up like doing all this other stuff, and then someone else came over to help out, and they're like, "What have you been doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I did this." And they just looked at me. I'm like, "Yeah, we were a little outside of scope today,
Yeah.
way outside of scope."
Yeah.
And then the district manager came over like, "Can you work from home tomorrow?" To basically say like, every time you go to somewhere, like there's no staff, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, you want to email my boss and say I can't come to work tomorrow? I will gladly back you up on that."
Yeah.
But
But you never answered the phone like,
yeah, I wasn't
"This
like,
Ted."
but you could tell as it went up, I was just like,
You ever
"Thank you for calling."
you ever just pick up all your stuff and leave and be like, "Oh, whatever then," like Max
Yeah.
carpet guy. Dude, when you watch a grown man, especially a man, have a tantrum, it is funny. It's hysterical. I know I've had a few of them in my day. I totally understand. I don't even remember what they're about, but I'm sure people have seen them and they're hysterical. But I love watching somebody have an absolute meltdown like that, because they're commission-based guys that do that. So when they don't sell him, and you think they would sell harder. Okay, I can do it 1,600. That I can have a crew in here tomorrow and have it done, and it'll be clean. We're out. We covered for this. We'll Scotch guard it. Whatever. We'll get you this. That. They could do all that, and then he might go, well, for 1,600, it's done. It's out of the way. What was like if I was going to get 1,200 somewhere else, but it's done.
Yeah,
I don't have to have 6 because every time he's got to go meet somebody there and show him and get him. That costs him time and money. So eventually, you put a little price on it. And you go, look, if I'm at on that price, $200-$300 window is probably acceptable, but $2,900,
right,
to $1,200, that's not acceptable. So, and I hate that when people do that, when they go, there's a couple of major chains, stores that do that, where they go, oh, come in and get our cash. Not that I'm going to give the name. Come in and get our cash, and we're doing big sales and this and that. And you go in there, and it's like their sale price. It looks like they mark the retail price way up,
Yeah.
before the sale. And I still, when I go in there and I look and I like a certain style of dress pants, and I'll go, cool. I'll go on the website. They not on the store's website, but on the actual website of the manufacturer, and they're like $30 cheaper.
Yeah.
So you're buying them in bulk. I'm buying one pair. Who gets a better deal?
Right.
And your sales price is still $30. I could have bought 2 pair and paid for shipping, but I get free shipping.
You saying cash? The cost has an entire bit on this.
Yeah.
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 And it's like, I'm not going to do it because it's his bit, but it literally, go see him. He probably will do it. It's hilarious. And it really ties the thing. It's like, they're just making it up.
Yeah.
It's their thing.
Right.
They can do whatever they want.
Well, they can make you feel like you're getting a deal.
Right.
And this guy didn't even make him feel like he's getting it. He just told him, hey, you're getting a deal. Oh, you don't want the deal? Fine. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Well, that's the thing is like,
what's that, Cartman?
Where
Screw
I
you
work,
guys.
Where I work, we are taught, find out what their value drivers are. Like, what is it? Time? Is it money? Is it quality? What is it they want most?
And
basically, tell them what we can do. Top drawer. This is what we can do. It's the best thing you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
But don't act like they're going to balk at it. Like, it's not your money. You don't know what their budget is yet. Say like, this is the best we can do for you. If they're like, ooh. They're like, okay, we can do this. We can give them some options. We can do this if you want to do this. And tell them the benefits of why you were here, what the benefits are a little bit lower, and what you can do rock bottom, but we're going to lose from it. And you can You'd be like, oh, well, yeah, this is the cheapest option, but you're missing out on this. You're missing out on this. You're going to have to replace
you sell
this.
the value into the other stuff. Yeah.
Like, I can get you dirt cheap out the door, but 3 months from now, you're going to have problems with this. You're going to have problems with that.
Right.
Where this guy was basically like, here's the top of the line. Oh, you don't want it? To you.
Yeah. Yeah. And again,
you're a small business trying to like set up in a new place and like grow your business, and you probably have a limited budget. Oh, you don't want the best we have? Well, I hope you fail, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy though. But no other.
To be fair,
options.
there's no carpet in here, Mac. So
right,
you might be getting a little up big for your britches.
Yeah, I think the Jeffersons are moving on up a little too fast, Mac.
you might still need to eat some burned beans.
You know what the final price is?
What?
800.
So honestly, I was gonna say I bet it's less than $1,000 if you find the right guy.
Yeah,
seriously, because you know what? People that also have small business. Luna's not a small business,
right?
People that are in business like you go, okay, I want the work. I will do it. And I'll, and again, maybe they said, if you can pay cash, this is how much it is, because I hate to say it. And I'm not saying nothing people don't do. If I can keep it off the books and I don't have to report it, then that's what it is. But no, that dude, that was a good story. And yes, we had time for that.
Yeah.
Because anytime somebody just has a total meltdown as an adult, it's hysterical. and this kind of coincides with my next thing. I just want to ask you guys a question. What is the infatuation with morel mushrooms?
They're real good.
Are they good? Because I've had them a couple times.
I've never had them.
Maybe they
look at it. They're real good.
Yeah.
Are they good? I don't know. I've never had them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really like mushrooms.
I know you were bringing this up because an acquaintance of ours that we know.
Yeah, she found one the size of her hand.
Yeah. Finds them. It's great because there's a map, like morel mushroom map, if you go in the United States, and it's all over the place. And then there's like one town like in Illinois where they're found, and it's like, well, that's where that person lives.
Yeah.
Is this the rest of Illinois not looking?
Yeah.
Or is someone just plant them in there? Like, hey, guess what? Hey, I hit a stash just south of Chicago.
Yeah. It's not like you're growing weed in the ditches and you're trying to cover it up. Okay. This is realistically.
Yeah, I think it's just the rarity of it.
Okay. But
scarcity.
Because some people, they get like big bucks for these things. Like
Well,
I got
it was
pounds of them.
Because we knew it exactly. You were like, you put the dollar sign, and the rest of it was like, what is that? What do you got there?
Yeah.
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 Because it literally looks like something an animal push out of its butt.
It looks like a sponge, like with a stem. It's like weird, but I've never seen
Is that part of an intestine? Like, what do you have there?
I love mushrooms too. I really do. I'll eat mushrooms sauteed on anything. I like mushrooms. So I understand that. But this mushroom.
It's funny because
all of a sudden he's happy that I eat mushrooms. You eat mushrooms.
So Sherman wanted a pizza and he wants it from a specific place. And I'm kind of tired of the pizza because he's 18. He's wanted it for 15 years.
Right.
So Tina was like, hey, Sherman wants a pizza. Do you want anything? And I said, mushrooms. Because they also have like fried, a place around here. That
deep fried mushrooms.
Deep fried mushrams, deep fried cauliflower. I'm like, I want some mushrooms.
She put on a pizza.
Comes on with 2 pizzas, one for him. And I was like, but she had a bag, like the separate bag. And I opened it up and it's a taco salad. And I was like, wow, they really got this wrong. Where are the mushrooms? And she was like, oh, I thought you wanted a mushroom pizza.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't eat pizza.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So I ate the pizza.
Right.
Because I'm not an idiot. But I was just like, I was so excited for mushrooms. And it was like,
the way you look at me. So I ate the pizza.
Yeah.
What am I, a farmer?
Yeah,
I ate the pizza. I ate the pizza.
Are you lactose intolerant? Yeah. It wasn't fun, but I hate it.
Hey, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't free.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's look at both sides of this coin.
Yeah. I just imagine if it would have been like cauliflower. If she would have put in cauliflower on the pizza,
Yeah.
or if I would have gotten the fried cauliflower.
Yeah.
That's what I don't think I have that there, but that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
Because
I've
if
never
I'm
had
going to eat
any-
cauliflower, I like it deep fried and covered in cheese.
Never had anybody order okra on a pizza before, and they're actually peeling the breading off and putting it in the cheese.
The thing is I really like stress the S when I said it too. Mushrooms.
Yeah, shrooms. So multiple of said mushroom, dude. That's classic because honestly, I've been there. You know, I get it. Unless it's French fries or cheese sticks, you would think possibly,
Right.
if you're not really
I asked
focused.
I'm going to Burger King. You want anything? Yeah, I just want a cheeseburger. And then it was like well, do you want a Whopper Jr. or like the thing with the Happy Meal? I'm like, no, it's just a cheeseburger. I'm looking at their menu right now online, and I've ordered it before. You know, McDonald's has the 2 cheeseburgers. Burger King doesn't have that, but they have a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Came home. She handed me a Happy Meal or whatever they have, and I was like, and I opened it up, and somehow it was smaller than their regular. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Now I've gotten gypped out of like an inch of cheeseburger.
Well, if you weren't playing with the toy for an hour, you would have got to eat it warm.
It was a good toy.
Yeah. But no, I just wanted to know because that did prompt me to think that people go out and I guess they call it hunting mushrooms, but the mushrooms don't move.
Right.
So it's not like you're stalking prey.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like fishing at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me reel it up for you.
Yeah. Someone else comes out and grabs it out of there with their hand. But
I do find it weird that like because it's not the first time this person has found them in that area. So like, are they anywhere else? We're just not seeing them.
Right. No, I have neighbors that have them. I on Facebook Marketplace, people are putting up bags of mushrooms. First off, that's probably not where I'm buying my mushrooms. It's on Facebook.
You can find them yourself, or someone like if you found them and said, "Hey, I found them."
Yeah,
that's one thing. But it'd be like, hey, Larry in New Linux found. I'm gonna pass.
We have 0 mutual friends. No, I'm good. I'm real good. And then I have one more question before we get into strange stories. I do want to know. I was listening to another podcast where they talked about. They use the word. To me, it's Marlboro, but what's their parent company?
Philip Morris.
Yeah, Philip Morris. So they talked about Philip Morris Company, and I thought Marlboro, and then I started thinking, I'm like, whatever happened to Marlboro Miles? Remember that?
Yeah.
So my thought was, what happened to like the rewards programs for things? Because remember, the more dangerous or gross or deadly the thing was, the better the rewards plan was.
Yeah.
So you'd save your Marlboro Miles.
Well, I was watching a YouTube channel where they were thrifting and they found a jacket and someone like the younger person was like, well, why would they have that jacket? And the other person was trying to explain Marlboro Miles because it was a Marlboro Miles jacket. It was like totally decked out. It was a really nice jacket until they covered it in all the cigarette ads. Right. And they're like, why would they have that? He was trying to explain it. Was like, well, you would smoke these deadly things and then they would give you like 8 points per pack.
Yeah.
And then once you got 8 million points, you could get this jacket.
Yeah.
For the low price of lung cancer.
I would do it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, but I just started thinking to myself, because even when we were kids, they had candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
They had, remember like in certain cartoons, cartoon characters would light up a smoke.
Right.
And you're like,
well, the original sponsor of Flintstones was Winston cigarettes. They used to cut to Barney and Fred outside.
Yeah, having a smoke. Yeah. Having a smoke.
Winston tastes like a cigarette should, like trash.
Yeah,
like hot garbage. Like, what does it mean?
Yeah. Well, then they had a talking camel or whatever. They had the Joe Cool, right? Yeah. That was the camel.
Yeah. They get rid of it. Like a lot of these things seem to appeal to children.
Right. But I do. So what's weird is when I actually Googled it. So I started. This first time I ever researched a thought. Usually I just throw them out here. They stopped the Marlboro Mile plan in 1998. Okay. They stopped the program. They officially ended it in 2006. They gave people 8 years to cash in their Marlboro Miles or to find other people that had enough to get them that jacket, to combine, and work out a weekend share system of the Marlboro jacket.
I got DVC points.
Yeah.
What do you got in Marlboro Miles?
That's exactly. That's what I mean.
Do you know that as a joke, Pepsi put like a Harrier jet, like the one of the they can do vertical lift and take off.
Okay,
like jet. It said 8 million or 8 billion, whatever it was, Pepsi points.
Don't tell me somebody saved him.
Some guy did that. Literally, like pooled everyone, collected everything, paid for that, turned those into Pepsi, and Pepsi like, well, we were just kidding.
Yeah.
Pepsi was taken to court for that.
Yeah.
They clearly couldn't give him a jet, but they had to give him like a cash payout. because the people are like, well, you put it on the screen. Like, and I think it was before they put this is just like for advertisement purposes. They didn't put like an asterisk. So they didn't think anyone would like collect that much stuff to try to. Oh, where's my jet?
Yeah, well, they dangle the carrot so high up, nobody will ever get it. And they're like, oh, okay. And then somebody gets it, like, ooh, we don't have a carrot.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
That was a rented carrot.
Yeah, that was bad. And by the way, that was 9 years ago. Kudos to you for saving those points, But no, that's why I said I started thinking about that. And then
8 years. That's
and I did find them. So they're all over, like on eBay and everywhere else. People are selling these as like collector's coats.
The miles?
No, the coats and the gear,
like
bags,
signs and
cooking things, barbecue tools, whatever.
Right.
They're selling them as as like, oh, look at this.
Remember when we used to smoke everywhere? Marble Farms remembers.
But if they finished it in 98, technically, you got to think anybody that stopped smoking in 98, okay, or it's still been, they're probably not here to. And I'm not trying to be ignorant or nothing else, but that is very deadly for your body.
Right.
It's not good, neither is putting in vast amounts of cake. So I understand.
Right.
I'm also in a bad category of people that are walking upright. But the fact of the matter is how are you going to cash that in?
Yeah.
And is that like something like, do you will those? Do you like give them, you're like, okay, if I die, you get my Marlboro miles.
I want to take people from now, time travel back to even the 70s and put them on planes.
Yeah.
Because they used to have smoking sections in planes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
In a plane?
In a plane.
We're in a tube. It's like having a smoking section in my car. Ooh, back right for you. That's back right.
Yeah, back right. Look, we don't ash on any seat, but the back right. That's
at least in the car, you could open a window.
Yeah. Yeah.
But plane, it's just like.
But then my other thing is, because normally when you see stuff like on Marketplace or on eBay or something, it'll be like from a smoke-free house. I guarantee you there's not one of these coats. They can put that in the description. From a smoke. No, this smells like an ashtray. Yeah. The minute I buy it. I used to have relatives that they come to family functions at our house, and they were smokers, and now they've all turned to different stuff. But no, not now they do coke. So anyway, luckily that doesn't mess up a whole coat room. But
we call those the gateway relatives,
odorless.
Yeah. Nobody even knows they're on it, other than they're painting your house. They're building scaffolding. What are you doing? You got a light bulb out. Building scaffolding. I'll be fine. But
do that entire.
Right. But
the allergies, yeah. That's what we call it.
It's a dead of winter when pollen count's way up.
Yeah.
Pollen count.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. No snakes. So anyway, I just laughed because they would come with their coat, and I'm like, okay, that coat goes over there. Yeah. Because you can't pile up coats with a smoker coat in the middle of them.
Well, I tell you again, I think I've talked about this. It's weird. Like we used to have ashtrays in my house.
Yeah.
For when people would come over.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, we don't even smoke. Yeah, can you give me an ashtray? And I'd be like, yeah. And like, it didn't even occur to me. Like, I shouldn't be telling these people, no.
Yeah.
I don't want you to smoke in my house. But no, we had ashtrays for people that come over. Because in the 70s, you could just, I love watching shows from the 70s where people would just be in somewhere and they wouldn't even ask. They would just light up.
Yeah.
Like, what if they don't want you to smoke in that place?
Yeah.
But apparently it's fine anywhere you were. Because I guess back then smokers would just be like, hey, they'd be like,
they'd be like the guy on the phone.
I'm going to smoke in your house.
Yeah.
Well, you can't smoke in my house. What do you mean? Nothing's free.
But even when they come over and it's like, okay, don't sit on my couch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of weird. I don't have that anymore because I really don't have any friends or close relatives or anybody that does that. And if they do, they're
now it's just a common thing that you go outside and
right. But no, that was my big thing is that's why I said that you have to keep stuff separate. And I would never sell a Marlboro coat online and be like, smoke free house. No, it's not.
It was weird. I was at Great America a few years back.
Nobody likes a bragger,
right? And someone was like, I don't think they were supposed to, but they were smoking.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's what they triggered memories. Like that's what this place is different now. Because it used to be you'd walk through theme parks or whatever, and you just like hit a cloud and be like, God, why?
Yeah.
And now you don't do that anymore. So when you're out in public and suddenly you hit like where you don't think smoke's gonna be, it like triggers like memories of when I was a child. Like, oh, I didn't like that then. Don't like it now.
Yeah. All right. So aside from that, and I like where we went on that because realistically, people that are not our age don't understand what it's like to be standing somewhere. That's like when I was 21 and stuff. They're like, well, you don't want to go to the bars? No, because I don't smoke. And that was a thing. I would go out. I would get such a bad headache.
That I forgot about how bad my eyes would be like.
Yeah,
oh God, my my eyes have gonorrhea.
My-
Why are we in this building?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. And you're just
it
like,
would be.
Yeah.
Mac, you would wake up and you would literally like carve sand
Yeah.
out of your eyes. Like,
And
what is this?
I would come home and I would actually go to like the washing machine. I'd right down there, boom, all the clothes are in the washer, it's running. And I'm gonna go shower and I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
But even then, you're stuffy. You're like, oh man, it was terrible.
The first time I went to Vegas, like smoking was still super prevalent. And I remember like when I went back and I went to a casino and was like, oh, I can see the ceiling because there wasn't like a fog sitting above everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That was I'm gonna break your finger. I'm gonna break your finger.
I didn't even see it coming. Not getting there.
You were like a ninja on that one. That was pretty good.
Mac, I'm on my own board. Just
All
a
right.
button underneath this.
Yeah. So a couple fun facts.
Fun fact number 1.
Couple fun facts.
Damon's going to break my finger.
Bonding with dogs causes your brain to release dopamine and oxytocin. I don't know.
Wait.
Oxytocin.
Can I see it?
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin
never mind.
is it C? Okay,
Johnny got it.
oxytocin. In the same way as a loving child, as loving a child. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of people bond with their animals like that. You know, like I said, I used to have a German Shepherd, same way. So I understand that.
Not
you know,
the current one.
no. She's bonded more with you when I was gone for a week. But what's weird is, so I read this one first to read the next one. This one, it makes total sense because I do know people that very much treat their animals. I mean, they're a family member. You do the same thing with your dog. I get it, you know. But the second one, okay. Dogs can recognize when a person is being rude to their owner and may shun them. Now, I don't know that I've ever seen that happen, but the weird thing is I would be shunned by everybody's dog in everybody's house because I'm rude to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm constantly going at people and challenging them and doing stuff. So I don't remember ever being shunned by an animal. I mean, I've been to your house, Wilson. And
I shun you all the time.
yeah. The dog's like, I guess I'll have to talk to you. It's like the guy on the phone. Apparently Ted's not going to talk to you. So I guess it's me.
Here's the thing. Is I wish my dog would shun me right now.
Really?
Because I don't know what, recently, and I say recently, like I was out for a week. We came back.
Yeah.
You'd think that he would attach to the human he likes more, which is not me.
Yeah.
Not like it's not like your dog and you.
Right.
Super cleaning at night when I'm trying to sleep. It's been 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
I have woken up 3 times this week because his ass is in my face. Now, not his actual butthole, because that's gross. People.
Yeah, right.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Right.
But I'm talking about like the part right above his tail, the furry part. It's just like I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I'll wake up and he's literally, what he's doing is he's like wiggling back because he's trying to like they like to dig into it. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
We're already too deep, man.
This is not where we situate.
We're already too deep.
Yeah. You're not situated.
And then I'll get up and go to the bathroom. I'll come back and now he's like spread all the way. Like there was one night I literally laid down at the foot of the bed, like where a dog should be.
Yeah.
Because I was so tired and he literally went protest limp. Like I tried to pick him up and he was like a protester outside the Supreme Court. I was like, come on, get up. I can't. Why? How did you become so heavy? Like he literally like changed his own gravity. I'm like, well, screw it. I'm just going to curl up down here and get some more Z's. But let's not get, it's like, it is so hot. Why do you want to be next to me?
Right. And you have a fur coat on.
Right. You have a fur coat on. I generate my own heat.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
Why are you up against me?
Yeah. I'm a walking boiler
Like I
room.
wake up like, why am I so hot? And I look down literally because I looks like I'm wearing a coat.
Yeah.
Because the dog is on my chest now. I'm like, what is this?
Your fur stole.
You go sleep on that other human like 9 other months of the year. Go sleep over there. Get off of me. Make her uncomfortable.
But like I think it's great though that you can bond so well with your animal, and it's like having a kid to where then all of a sudden that kid's like, man, he's talking mean to my dad. I think I'm going to shun him. You know, how about you bite him? Okay,
Right.
Maybe we don't shun. Maybe we go a different route. You know, but that is kind of weird to have that bond. And again, even when I had my shepherd, which went everywhere with me, no leash, you know, just my buddy. I can't remember. She got mad at people. One time I was threatened by somebody. She literally jumped out the window of my car, ran over to their car, and put her paws up on the door and started barking like she was going to tear him out of the car.
Yeah.
And I called her. She came right back. But that's the only time I saw her like, hey, I'm going to defend my human.
Well, see, Titan will bark at anyone outside. If you're outside, that's his house.
Yeah.
But if you come in, he's like, oh, you're allowed in here? All right. And then he'll like walk away.
Yeah.
Like once we have allowed them to breach the barrier, he's fine. And at this point, I'm like, dog, can you push your barrier out?
Yeah.
maybe like a block.
Yeah.
Like I'm so tired of. Oh God! Oh, it's just kids walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Now there were a couple of times some neighbor kids would ding dong ditch or
Yeah.
actually they come to the side because he's like to sit in the side window.
Yeah.
And they came up and like knocked on the window to mess with the dog. And here's the thing: you can't run out and chase kids anymore.
Right.
Now I feel like that's a weird statement to say, but I can't even come out and be like, "Hey, don't mess with my dog," or "Hey, get off my lawn."
Get off my lawn.
Which I don't want to be 100 years old, but it's not like when I was a kid and I would ride my bike on the sidewalk and I'd be near the guy's lawn and he'd come out and be like, "You're getting a little close to my lawn."
Yeah.
Eat a sack of them, dude. I'm on a sidewalk.
Right.
These kids have walked up 12 feet into my yard to knock on my window. I feel like I should be able to come out and be like, "Hey, don't do that."
Yeah. They breached my perimeter.
Right. I feel like I should be able to like, "Hey, I'm not coming out like with weaponry or anything. I'm just coming out with my own human self and being like, hey, no."
Yeah.
Well, that happened to me. I was hitting golf balls once. I go, no one looks a bragger. Or like, but I have a field across the street and I was checking for traffic, just knocking them out. I was doing like my own little driving range. And I'd go fetch the balls. And I came back and I saw some kids from up the street, like trying to get into my clubs. So now I'm like, 40 yards away across the street. And I'm like, hey, don't, because I know I'm not going to catch them if they run.
Right.
If they run, they got free clubs.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't do that. And they're looking at me like, what do you mean? Why is this a-hole telling me I can't steal these clubs?
Yeah. Why can't I be in his driveway right
Yeah.
next to his open garage taking his stuff?
Yeah.
What's the matter here? Yeah.
But I was like, the audacity of these kids to just watch me walk away from my stuff and be like, well, he's not using it now.
and everybody else watches. Must be his caddy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. He's hitting balls. He's got a caddy right
He's
in his
that
front
old.
yard.
He can't afford a caddy.
So, hey, Mac, I know we started a little late, so I don't know exactly what time we started. I got time for a strange story.
You got 4 minutes.
4 minutes in the hour or 4 minutes? Can I go over? You have somebody coming in right after?
No.
Okay, so can I go over?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
I guess.
Hey, if this strange story sucks, we're out in 4 minutes. All right. That's
All
what
right.
we do.
Just another one.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Screen.
This is Strange Stories with Damon and Ted.
You still cut him short?
Well, the rest was you.
Oh, gotcha.
It was, Ma, there's no more deviled eggs in the roof.
Right.
There, I did it.
Right.
There you go.
So it's all good. We got a
Can you
live.
Got it in there. Stole home. He was watching first and I stole home. Oh, you moved the board.
Put my water in the way.
I got one of those forks that extends.
Yeah. So he's throwing ice at it. Here's our strange story for today.
Don't.
Yeah, don't. I frown on that. Italian cheesemakers embed trackers to Parmigiano Reggiano to fight cheese fraud. So one more time, the cheesemakers,
Right.
Italian,
Putting trackers in
they're
the
putting
wheels
trackers
of
in their
cheese.
wheels of cheese. All right.
But
So-
how's that going to stop the fraud? Like if I'm using fake cheese, is it because there is a lack of tracker? Like if I'm using the fake cheese, I'm like, well, there's no tracker in it.
There's no tracker.
We know
I'm
that's fake.
guessing. I'm
Okay.
guessing. So it says in Europe, both the names Parmigiano Reggiano and Parmesan, like we know it, are strictly controlled. These cheeses manufactured in very specific parts of Italy, and that's the only place that it can legally be
Yeah,
called
it's
those
the same
names.
with champagne.
Right.
Everywhere else, it's sparkling wine.
Right. So let's see here. It's still controlled by another name. It says the issue is that cheese fraudsters are selling fake Parmigiano. It's the Parmig, the DiGiorno. It's the Italian word all over the world, which results in massive losses for the makers of authentic cheese. So I know, like when you buy sports memorabilia or stuff like that, you want it authenticated. I don't know that I absolutely need my cheese authenticated. First off, I'm not reselling it. I'm not bragging about I have the best Italian cheese. But apparently it's a major problem. So they've started embedding tiny tracking devices into the rinds of their cheese wheels. Okay. You might initially chuckle at the idea of this fraud. Yeah, we sure did. But it's actually a serious problem for the Parmigiano industry. According to the Parmigiano Reggiano Cheese Consortium, or CFPR, that's way too many words. Sales of authentic cheese amount to roughly 2.5 million annually. I would think it'd be way more than that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
getting cut into.
Meanwhile, the organization values the market of fake cheese, Parmesan, like we call it, right? So it's the regular spelling that it would be on us, sold under the official name without being produced at about 2.1 million. So I guess in reality, they're at about a 50% profit share of where they could be. So now they're reaching out in order to protect the exclusive status of their cheese. I never thought I would say that sentence out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. That's certain things. There's certain things that I don't, like I said, I don't need authenticated.
Yeah.
Cheese is one of them. Okay. Cheese is cheese. And you've been to my house where we're frugal. We buy.
Yeah, we've stopped off at the store on the way home from here where you just go to the store and it literally just is a white package in black letters. It says food.
Yeah. Right. Right. They put enough coloring in it to make it
Yeah.
look like it's yellow cheese.
Yeah. We've literally picked up pallets of chicken tenders before.
Yeah. But it says pallet, a hammock of cake. So,
Hey, a pallet is an actual measurement.
Right,
You're
right.
getting a hammock of cake or a canoe of cake.
yeah, a desk of
Kayak
Cheez-Its.
of cake.
Yes, kayak of cake. That's what we did. The CFPR
My own show. I couldn't remember.
has decided to bring out a big gun. They partnered with digital tracking technology firm, oh no, P-Chip. But it's the letter P-chip. I still wouldn't want anything.
Who's got a problem with that?
I wouldn't want you to bury a P-chip into my cheese.
Right. Can you imagine hearing that from the back? Hey, we got the guys with the P-chip here. We're going to check the cheese. Can you cancel my order?
Yeah.
Can you pull this table out so I can get out of here?
I'll take 2 pounds of the not P-chip.
Well, that's
cheese.
when I stood at the table and being like, now, lactose intolerant pays off,
Yeah,
jerks.
right.
This
Right.
guy said, hold the cheese.
So it says the cheese tag producer, Kazmerk, have developed the world's first digital cheese tracking labels. First off, isn't anything a track? I mean, they have little stuff you can track people with anytime.
Yeah.
They don't know that it takes a specific P-chip. I mean, maybe this doesn't have to be by anything Bluetooth or by anything Wi-Fi. I don't.
Yeah, it's probably RFID.
Maybe it transmits on its own.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably like,
Okay.
like radio controlled, so you can just.
But it says the
scan it.
tiny food safe chips are embedded into the case and tags.
I'm glad that they said it was food safe.
Cheesemakers use a tag to basically authenticate your cheese. According to the P-chip, the tracking chips enable blockchain.
This guy just called you in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
I was stretching.
Yeah, he was stretching.
We all heard it.
Yeah. There goes his non-authentic cheese ring that he's had going on here.
Yeah, he's like, these guys are blowing up my spot.
Yeah, come on down to Audio Hive where I got a shower full of
That's what's in that room
non-authenticated.
back here that we never allowed into. Severed feet and cheese.
It's super cold in there. Can we record in that room?
Just huddled around one mic.
Yeah.
Why does it smell like feet? Oh, that's just my cheese.
And then you just hear me, is he eating my cheese right now? No. Why would you ask that?
Yeah. Damon would like you to have all his regular phrases on this board.
Why did you bring your own
So it's
bag
just
of
me
bread?
like talking to the board
Yeah.
and while you're eating. Damon, how was your week? You believe that? Oh, wrong one. Oh no.
I was just thinking I bring my own bag of breading in my deep fryer. Or my air fryer.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Making mozzarella sticks. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what everybody
I
else
was
is
talking
doing.
about. Wait,
Yeah, I don't. I've never had.
do you know
bread.
you have cheese in here?
Did you know you have cheese in here? The mic stand's just stuck right in the middle of the wheel. Eat around it. It'll be fine. So
Yeah, you get that thing. You know that little like circular knife they use to dig into like a core of cheese to test it?
Yeah.
You're just digging that in for your own sticks. Like, this is exactly stick size. This is great.
but so then it says here, by being the first to incorporate these secure digital labels onto our cheese wheels, we can continue to ensure customer safety, bringing the traceability and the authentication of our products to meet the Industry 4.0 technological targets. Nicola Bertinelli, which is the CFPR president, said in a statement. I got to be honest with you. I eat cheese all the time. Okay. Most of the time, it just says like Italian cheese. You know what I mean? And it's some form of mozzarella.
Except it's spelled E-Y-E. E-Y-E Italian.
Italian. It's
Italian. You think this is authentic? I don't know. I didn't P-chip it, but I couldn't tell you.
I did. Yeah. I'm looking for the P-chip.
Yeah. Now that this article is out, I can tell one of two things has happened.
Yeah.
There's a guy at the back of P-chip selling these out the back door,
Yeah.
or someplace in China has made their own, except it's called, spelled P-E-I hyphen
right,
chip.
Right. But so the next headline says death by fake oil. So it says basically that victims that fall to food fraud could basically die. So they go into let's see here. Fake products actually are not food at all. One famous example includes mixing sawdust into flour to cut cost while baking bread. I think I noticed that.
Yeah.
Okay. You make me a cake or something that has, flour in it and it's got sawdust in it.
Just cut out the middleman. Just take a 2x4 and frost it.
Right. This one's hard to chew. And it says some unscrupulous shrimp producers in Asia are injecting shrimp with various gels to enhance their weight and appearance. The issue is that the gels are likely to be toxic. So there's a real problem.
Yeah.
We need a pea chip for shrimp. Okay. We don't need a pea chip for cheese. I'm just being, it sounds to me like the only thing the pea chip's doing, because cheese can come from anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's the thing is that
we live by Wisconsin.
You know what they're going to do is like they chip this cheese. People are going to be like, hey, you know what? All right. So it's not that expensive stuff. Here it is at a reasonable price.
Right.
And you're still going to be like, well, it's close enough. I'll just buy the reasonable price one.
If they were smart, they'd package it as pea free,
Yeah.
not chip. Just leave the word chip out.
Right.
Pea free.
Yeah. That'd be
Italian
like,
cheese. Yeah. Pea-talian.
They're like, we give you the cheese. You provide the chip.
Yeah.
Well, I provide that. I prefer that. Yeah.
But it says one last thing. 600 people in Spain died from an aniline adulterated olive oil. And olive is in quotes. The oil was actually reprocessed rapeseed oil that criminal producers illegally sold as olive oil. I don't like olives anyway. I know olive oil's in a lot of stuff. I get it. It blends, so it doesn't taste. But there's a lot of people, Spain, olive oil is, that's
right.
It's more prevalent. It's not cooked into something. It's actually, it's a topping. It's a,
right.
it's,
the
it's
extra
like
virgin is not for for cooking, but
right.
The more blended it is, you can have.
Right.
Cooking,
and like I said, I don't like the taste of that stuff. So I understand. You guys both like olives. That's fine. I have no problem.
Well, olive oil doesn't taste like olives.
Well, it has to a point. It's made from olives, right? Am I right?
No.
It does not taste like olives.
It doesn't taste like olives at all.
No. Not even a little.
Not even close.
Really?
Correct.
For real. Have you ever had it?
Did you know black olives and green olives are the same, right?
No.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I know they're both gross.
They're both the same olive.
But the green olives seem to be way more potent as far as aroma. To me.
Well, yeah, it's
to me.
The same with the green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers. All the same pepper. It's just different parts of their development.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with olives. Black olives, green olives, same olive. It just depends on what time you harvest them.
Okay.
But yes, olive oil tastes nothing like olives.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I still wouldn't like it. So
still not gonna try
it. When I'm dead set on not trying something, I'm not gonna try something. So it says we should be glad the fake Parmesan we buy in supermarkets probably won't contain anything toxic. And that's made possible by the pea chip from Italy. Don't you feel better about life right now?
No, because I flagged Mac to play the music and he hasn't started it.
Oh, that's all right. So where can they find our pea chip, Ted?
Wow. You can find Damon's pea chip at thatchecksout.net. You can find us at all the socials at Checks Out WDT, except for Twitter, which is out WDT. No one listens to Twitter or goes to Twitter. Who cares?
Right.
We're coming to you. Oh, the T is me. The D is him.
Yes.
Coming to you from Audio High Podcast
I am
Studios. That checks out.
By the way, my pea chip is average size, so don't be upset about that. All right.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, it's off. You can't even hear me. You can't even hear me.
Olive oil really does not taste like olives. It's not a byproduct of olives. It's not made from olives.
Sure. Yeah.